What's up, guys? Welcome to the Toxico podcast. We're here for another episode. We got some dope-ass comedians here tonight. We got Frank Castillo. We got Josh Adam Meyers. And it's going to be a dope episode, guys. We're going to talk our toxic shit. And yes, but first, a word from our sponsor. This show is brought to you by the Comedy Showcase, the iPhone app that you need to have if you are a fan of stand-up comedy. They release a ton of new sets monthly by comics like me. Most of all, your subscription goes to paying the comedians, which is important if you know how the comedy game works with money, guys. Weed Cellars is the first of its kind. No other alcohol brand in the world spans in all alcohol categories, including wine, spirits, and beer. The weed portfolio comprises 8 wine varietals, 2 beer categories, and a high-scoring award-winning straight bourbon whiskey. Our Italian sparkling wines have been a huge hit, scoring 92 points. Wheat Cellar's still wines range in scores from 90 to 92, according to Tasting Panel Magazine's publisher editor-in-chief, Meredith May. Our whiskey is a 93-point Double Gold Sip Award winner and created under the watchful eye of master distiller Mark Weaver. And our beer selection consists of Weed Light Lager and Weed Golden Ale that are both brewed and bottled at Alamo Brewery in San Antonio, Texas. To check out their store and purchase their award-winning line of products, look for them in your local liquor store. Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to the episode. We're back. We're here. We're rolling a joint with Frank Castillo, and we're talking shit with Josh Adam Meyers, guys. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me, brother.
No, thank
Hey,
you,
man. Good to be here.
I don't think you realize how much I love you.
Dude.
I remember the first time I saw you on stage, and when I was like, this motherfucker's Mexican? I had no idea, and you'd still
Dude,
make
I
me laugh.
remember that. You know how I remember that? And you know why I love you, man? It's because Terry came up to me and she's like, Josh Adam Meyers loved you. And I was just there like, what? And she's like, he loved you. And he said you're going to be a star.
Yeah, I still believe that to this day, and I'm 2 for 3. So yeah, hopefully I'm 3 for 4 with you when you make it. I'm giving you a little leeway.
Thank you.
Because of COVID.
There's COVID.
COVID hit and everybody's career just fucking.
Damn, man. My
Blew
shit was
the
bang.
fuck up
My
if
shit
you're
was
on-
going. My shit was banging.
No, it's still banging, dude. Nothing went anywhere.
No, I don't. Does anyone have a lighter?
No.
Shit.
I have one in my car.
We had one. I love that I really put the brakes on
Anthony,
everything.
We were talking about how much we loved each other.
Yeah.
That's we got to do better than that.
Hilarious.
It's somewhere
Yeah. Patrice O'Neill would be fucking rolling over in his grave. If we were
Is this
sucking
recording
each
right
other's
now?
dicks for 10 minutes.
Okay. So
we're still going.
So this is the Toxico podcast, guys. You know, I started this podcast because I have been in a lot of toxic ass relationships, and not only with my girl, but also with my family. Dude, like my mom is one of the most toxic women you'll ever meet in your life. Like I've seen my mom with my stepdad. My mom has kicked my stepdad out. Just like, hey, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to fucking see your face, fucking bitch. Right? Fucking shit. And my stepdad still had to come and pay his part of the rent. And
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
That's great.
So like he came to give his part of the rent one day. He was like, hey, here's the money for the rent. That's how he talked. He's a gardener. So he had a big gardener check. He'd worked really hard, sweaty, he's fucking covered it up money. He's like, I got money for the rent right here. I love you. And mom was like, I don't give a fuck about this fucking rent right here. Then she ripped the rent check
Good for her.
in front of him. And I was up there, I was like, bitch, we need the motherfucking rent, man. Like, who's
Yeah,
gonna
man.
get that?
Bro, it
Dude,
is.
he had to go back because my mom later called like, hey, I need that fucking rent check. Like,
That's hilarious.
dude, like,
That's
so
really.
I grew up in like that kind of toxic.
Very
and-
performative.
Yeah, and it grew up into my own life with my own relations, I realized. So I was just like, I wonder how many comedians are going through this shit. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind me asking you guys some crazy shit.
Everybody has a toxic relationship with somebody. This is the most identifiable show.
Yeah, absolutely.
You talk about your mom. Like, this is how toxic me and my mom's relationship is. When I went home November 22nd for Thanksgiving, my mom was like, because it's Maryland, and I don't eat blue crab anywhere but in Maryland.
Oh, I
won't eat
never
blue
had-
crab
I never
cakes
had-
out.
I never had
I won't
blue
eat
crab
crab
in
cakes
Maryland.
anywhere. And I fucks with crab. Crab it's a staple. So I get in the car and I got my dog. I've been flying 2 planes, and it's like 5, 6 p.m. and I'm like, big dinner tonight, crab cakes and French fries. And she's like, actually, it's just crab cakes and baked potato. We got 7 people, and I don't want to make the French fries. And I'm like, it's instead of crab cakes and baked potato, it's crab cake and French fries. Like, that's what it is. And she's like, I'm not making 7 people's worth of French fries. And then we're screaming at each other. I've been in the car 35 seconds. So,
dude, I feel that, dude. Like, when we get in those arguments with my mom just about French fries and shit. I've gotten in arguments with my mom about my wedding that I'm planning right now. But I'll get more into that later.
You're getting married like next week.
I'm married already. We're having the ceremony.
Have you felt? Because I noticed this in Mexican moms. Because my mom did this. I touched it. Damn it. Have you noticed? Have you seen like her try to like put her foot in, and almost in the sense of like, oh, you're planning this like it's the wedding you missed or the wedding you wanted. Or the
yes.
Wedding, you know what I mean?
My mom wants to have her wedding. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My mom has tried to invite uncles.
Yeah.
And okay.
My mom kind of started to do that. My wife straight up was like, because she's like, she'd gone to school for psychology and shit.
Oh,
so she nipped that shit in the butt like immediately.
Look. The first question I'm asking guys is, what's the most toxic relationship you guys been in? So while you guys think about that, I'm gonna tell you guys a little. My mom's probably the most toxic relationship I've ever been. Now that I think about it, dude, my mom was about to she was about to say, I'm not going to your fucking wedding. All because I told her, Mom, I only want 120 people there, so we were limited on the guest list. And
60 and 60.
Yeah,
Mexicans, that's fucking like two lines in.
I'm just like, Mom, just send me your list, right? I give you 25 people. And she's like, 25? I have 60. I'm like, 60? Yeah, just right off the bat, I have 60, maybe more. And I was like, Mom, can you cut the 60 to 25? Because it's my friends, family. You got to have your people. And then her family still and her friends. And it's like, Mom, we need to keep it down. And she's like, I'm not going to go. I'm just not going to go there. Just don't plan it. It's your fucking day. I don't give a fuck. Go.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, Mom, so you're just not going to go to my wedding? My father's in prison? I use that card. Like, my father's in prison.
What's he in prison for?
Drug trafficking.
Not going to weddings?
Nice, dude.
Nice, dude.
Fuck yeah, man.
This isn't bugging you, is it? Should I move? Should we switch?
I'm going to hit that eventually.
Oh, are you? Oh, okay,
I think
cool.
so,
He
yeah.
doesn't drink,
I mean,
not
that would
he
be
doesn't
weird.
smoke.
Oh, see, I'm dumb. I didn't
no,
know.
so
I also have nothing to do the rest of the night. I'm going to go try to finish the Woody Allen documentary, part 3. I keep falling
it gets
asleep.
good about, you know what I
Have
mean?
you guys
Yeah.
seen it, Mark? Have you seen it, Mark?
That's a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
Fucking
If you're not
Woody-
coming by part 2, what are you doing?
Yeah. Weddings bring out real shit between family members.
But it was all because of my uncle Heriberto. She's like, I need your uncle Heriberto there at least. Like, who the fuck is my uncle Heriberto?
It's
dude?
extra family shit.
Extra family that I don't even fuck.
they're trying to-
Uncle
yeah.
Heriberto wasn't there for me for shit, and now he's gotta come to my wedding.
Yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
he's like, I don't give a fuck. He's missing a leg. You gotta bring your Uncle Heriberto. I'm
Dude,
like,
my uncle was missing a leg too.
I know, but it's just like, but your uncle was there for you. I don't even know this guy.
He doesn't know this guy. This guy's just $25 for a plate of food and some drinks. That's how much he costs. That's what he sees. He sees numbers.
I'm about to lose my mother over this fucker.
Dude, once you start having to plan a wedding, you really start seeing the value of family members where you're like, you know.
I know. Okay, but all right, first question, man. Most toxic relationship you've ever been in? Josh.
I'm first.
Oh, no, all right, let's go with Frank first. Because I know you've been in.
Take it.
You've had a much longer life.
Yeah. The relationship I was in before my wife, and this person now is still like follows me on Instagram, and they're very happily married.
By the way, he has a wife. He's married.
Yeah, but also like I'm not shitting on this person at all. It's just we were young. They drank a lot. That is now not a thing they do. You know what I mean? It was just weird. Yeah. So, but they wanted me to have. I remember one time at one point in the relationship
Who's
they asked
they?
me.
You keep saying they.
My ex.
You had 2 exes.
No, I have one ex before my wife that I dated. The girl that I don't want to like use her name, but the
no,
girl the girl that I dated before my wife lived with me for a little bit, and she moved in like 3 months after we started dating because like her situation was like I either got to move back home.
They're like, I got in a fight with my sister.
Yeah. And then I was just like, yeah, sure, why not? I'm fucking 19. This can't end bad. Come move in with me and my family. And my mom like loved her. And like it just turned south real fast. I remember I got off work and my mom was just like, called me. She was like, you're not home yet? I'm like, no. And she was like, your girlfriend's here waiting for you. It's like, she was like, it's like you have a wife. You got to just come home. And I was like, oh, fuck this.
Oh. Your mom told you that?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I didn't sign up for this shit. I thought she was just crashing with me until she got a new place.
Wow, your mom was trying to marry you.
Yeah, man, it was weird. And then I remember there was like a point where I could tell she wanted me to have she wanted to have kids together, and she was like, she asked me this question once. She goes, how would you feel about having a kid and then just giving me the rights, and then I could just move back home to Michigan because they have really good programs. Yeah, she asked me that. She's like, they have really good programs.
You got that good dick.
No, I don't. She just wanted a kid, and I was just like, no. And then it was just not a good spot. And then
Did she argue with you at all? Or was she
we argued a lot. But also I wasn't the best person. She wanted something that I couldn't give her. She wanted like a fucking family and all this jazz, and I was like, I wanted to go do stand up and shit.
Wow, man.
But it was just bad. It wasn't good.
Perfect woman.
I mean,
psychologist makes a lot of money.
I don't want to say that to her, but yeah, I do.
You posted all the
I do. Yeah. She follows me. She knows what's up.
That's awesome though, man. Fuck it.
I didn't have anything crazy,
You never had like a crazy woman.
I never had like a
crazy Latina trying to break your window.
Latina ladies never digged me. They thought I was too white.
Oh, so you've always
they throw shit.
You've always dated what kind?
Either like white women or like very like Americanized versions of minorities.
Had a few Latinas in
no, there was never like a super Latina chick who was like, I want to date that guy. There was because there was my cousins who were much more Mexican and just smoother. So they were like, we want to fuck those guys, not the weird one that collects Pokemon cards.
I'm shocked right now, dude.
Are you shocked?
I thought you would at least have one Latina under your belt.
I dated a few of them, but they weren't like, spicy.
They were spicy. They were spicy. You just didn't get to know them long enough to get them.
Yeah,
exactly.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's spicy.
Trust me, my girl was an angel at first. Now she's my wife.
She's an angel. Oh.
What about you, Josh? Most toxic relationship you've ever been into?
Dude, it's such a loaded question. And I really couldn't pay attention to Frank's story because I'm like trying to go through my head to find out who is the most toxic person. Is it your
Let's choose one because we're going to have enough time to
I know that. No, I know that. But I'm saying like, is it my mom or is it like dating? Because there's different kind of toxics. There's like.
Let's go with dating because let's go with dating. We'll talk about your mom in a bit.
Almost every girlfriend that I've ever been with.
Okay, can we?
I was gonna get to it.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I like to set it up for a little bit of fucking dramatic effect.
Go on.
He's a professional.
This is definitely a podcast you should tell somebody beforehand that you're gonna be talking about toxic relationships. I'm like, fuck, man, the deep dive.
The name, no?
I didn't know the name.
Yeah. You think René gives us a name?
It's like weed.
No. It was.
If you saw the text, it was like a name, an address, and a place.
Right? No. All right, so.
I think I dated one chick when it was like a year-long relationship, and I was actually 2 years. I was an opiate addict, and she did coke, and we just couldn't say shit to either one of us about she did too much coke and I did too many opiates, but we couldn't say anything. One's up, one's down. It was fucking. We were both depressed, and two negatives make a positive. When you're both like in your fucking in your shit. I mean,
and it was good though. You're having fun.
Sex was great, dude. Toxic sex is the best sex you're ever gonna have, man. The
crazier
the girl, the crazier the girl, the better the sex.
For a reason.
And the same shit I think with guys too, man. Like the freakier you get, and you'll get freaky with somebody that you scream at.
Oh, You know what's funny you bring that up is I watched my father have crazy relationships with women.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say
so I think that's also one of the big reasons why I like dating someone that's level-headed. You know what I mean? Because I remember growing up, my dad was like a single father, so I remember being like in the car while women like threw shit.
Your dad was single for a bit?
For most of his life. Yeah. And then he like got my sister's mom pregnant. My dad's a fucking classic.
Your dad got your sister's mom pregnant?
My sister is my half sister. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
Different moms.
Okay.
So my dad's like a fucking. He's out there just
Oh,
Yeah, dude, I remember watching like women like scream at him, throw shit at him. Like I watched a woman smack him because he broke up with her, and she was
wow.
dude.
Dude,
like,
Dad's a fucking man, dude.
Dude,
Dude,
yeah. My dad's
give
like
a fuck.
yeah.
The next episode is gonna be Frank with his dad on this.
You
podcast.
wanna
He's
talk-
straight cholo looking
Dude,
too,
you want
right?
to talk toxic shit, bro? I remember my dad. This chick got in a fight with not in a fight, but she like freaked out on my father because like he went to her place. This is a long time ago. He went to her place, smashed, and then was like, all right, I got to get home. My son's at home. And I was like younger, and I could watch myself, but he was like, I don't want to leave him alone. And she got all like upset because she was like, what the fuck? You just come over here to smash? She was like, my son's at home. You know? Like, I got to like be a father. You know what I mean? Like, you know what it's like. You know what I mean? I can't leave. You know, I'm here chilling. Like, you know, we did the thing. And she got all mad. He was like, if you're going to make me pick between me and my son, like, I'm going to go make sure my son's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I remember the next day, we're going to the car, and he's taking me to school, and we see there's a postcard on his window shield, and it says, hey, I'm sorry I freaked out the other night. I don't boil rabbits. Do you know what that's a reference to? It's a reference
Fatal
to
Attraction.
Fatal Attraction.
I'm still stuck on the fact that you said window. Wait, what did you just say? God damn it, I forgot it.
shield.
Window shield. I was like, what the fuck is a window shield?
The fucking front, whatever the fuck.
Window shield.
the-
Windshield.
the windshield,
Windshield.
yeah.
Windshield is for if you're in a hurry.
I'm high shit, man. But yeah, I remember he like read it and he goes,
I
yeah,
didn't find no
nope.
problem with the word. I'm like, yeah, the windshield. Yeah.
Nope, not me. All I heard was the D.
Dude, my dad, yeah, I watched I've seen women like crying at his door and shit. Like, I'm like, what the fuck's, yeah, bro.
Your dad fucks.
Dude, yeah, it's crazy.
All right, so what are like now that you guys are
He
like,
fucked the chick at a grocery store.
Good
What?
for your dad, man, in the produce
I remember
section.
this
He's
is what-
producing in the produce
bro,
section.
this is when I was younger. I remember there was a Stater Bros. I remember he was when he was single. Cause I remember it was a Stater Bros or some kind of like grocery store. And I remember we'd go there all the time. And there was this like chick that would bag stuff up, and I remember being like, oh, you know, she's cute. And he goes, yeah, I fucked her. And I thought he was like kidding, but then
at the Trader Joe's?
not like a Trader Joe's. It's whatever the grocery store up in the north. Yeah. But I remember he was like, yeah, he like, because there was a bar across the street, and the bar across the street is where the bar everyone that worked there would go, because it was one of those like local bars,
Yeah.
right? Like close enough that everyone gets off work and he's one of those bar flies. He likes those small local bars and shit. So
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
that's where like he met her, and he ended up fucking like smashing her one night.
And he just told you about that?
Yeah. He bagged a bag, bro. I remember I thought he was just like doing like talking shit because he was like a dad, but he was like, no, I drink at this bar consecutively. I caught this bitch one day when she was getting off work. I gave her my charm, and then we smashed.
He's handsome. I've seen your dad.
Right?
He's like
In his 20s when he was younger? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. He's fucking blood in,
I'll
blood
fuck your
out.
dad.
Fucking.
I remember my
I'm
cousin
just kidding. No.
My cousin
Oh, no,
who was 21, 22 was upset one day because my dad was like I think he was like in his 30s and was banging the San Jose State College chick. And my cousin was up and he was like, this bitch is a year young. This bitch my age. You know what I mean? Like this bitch this is the bitch. These are bitches I should be fucking. You know what I mean? Like my cousin was so mad. And I just remember being like a young kid in this chick's parents' house in like this really nice part of town, and me and him were just chilling on the couch. I'm like, this is a nice place. He was like, yeah, it's not gonna last. You know what I mean? Like, don't get used to it, because he was just fucking this chick.
You just your dad fucks a lot.
Yeah. This podcast really turned into just all this shit about my father fucking.
We should book him.
No, look. So, before we get into your dad fucking a lot, man, what are some red flags in like that right now that if you meet a chick?
Dating wise, biggest red flag is she doesn't have any girlfriends.
What? So she has to have boyfriends?
No, she just doesn't have any friends. Like
'Cause she
she's
can't
a
keep
girl. Some
friends.
girls. I've just dated some girls that have like, they have no hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
they have
like
no,
she has
it's
no
like
girlfriends.
it's
Okay,
like they're. But I'm just saying they don't have like a clique to hang out with. Like that's the whole thing about a relationship, is you got your life, she's got hers, and you got see that little dot in the center. That's where you guys meet, and you still have your
That's
lives.
beautiful, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I.
It's like
'cause
anal.
Every girl I've ever dated, it's like it's always about. It's just like, what are we doing tonight? And I'm like, I gotta do spots. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I've hung out with you 2 nights in a row. Like, I have to have a life.
Thursday, Friday's me time.
Well, really, any night of the week. It always changes. It always changes.
Yeah.
I only need a girlfriend for 2 nights a week, if that. Really one.
As a comedian who gets a lot of spots and you're very busy, how do you manage a relationship? If you were in, are you in
I'm not.
So if you were in one, how would you manage a serious relationship? Like, let's say I'm talking engaged to your stuff.
Well, all right, I can't get engaged right now because I want to do other stuff.
He's like, in case anybody out there is wondering.
That's the truth, but
let's say you did.
She's got to have her life. She has to have a career.
Yeah,
I'm not looking for chicks that don't have shit going on.
Yeah,
they have to have shit going on. That's why I'm single. Yeah. It's like I'm not wasting my time with some chick that doesn't. It's fucking dicking around.
It's so
I don't
important.
want to dick around. I work
what
all
does
the
dicking
time.
around mean to you?
Not working. Not like focused on a goal, like having so many, like that's why you got to date a girl. Like, dude, I'm 41, bro. So like, I'm not saying I'm gonna turn down some like 22-year-old puss because I'm not a fucking idiot.
But I'm not gonna get in a relationship.
But I'm looking for girls that are like 30, 28 if they're mature and they got their shit going on, but really like 30 to 35 because I want to date a girl. It's my age,
wife is 33. I'm 25 years old.
That's great, dude. But I'm 41 and I want to have kids, and I can't date a girl that's my age because she's going to have kids immediately, and I want to have a fucking, I'm gonna wait till I'm 50, dude.
Yeah. No, 100%.
What the fuck?
It's 9 years.
Your dick's not
bro.
gonna work by then, man.
No,
dude. You understand how dope it is to be a guy? We can produce
I
life.
thought you were showing me that. What the fuck you talking about?
Dude, we can produce life till right before we die on your deathbed. I can be like, just give me one last hand job, and then you fucking. 89 years old. They milk me, and then they can create life. You can always
one last hand job.
You can always this fucking cord. You can always like that's what I'm saying. It doesn't make a difference. Like when I want to have a kid when I got fucking money and time. Right now I have neither.
So what are some? So what is like right now? If you were in a relationship, like, would you consider yourself like the toxic one still? Cause you're.
I'm toxic. You're toxic. You're toxic to somebody. There's somebody that brings out the worst in you, and the worst in you, and the worst in me. I am not looking for the girls that I used to. Not all of them, because all of them were sweet. Like there was something that connected you, but. What I look for now are the things that I noticed they didn't have, which is they had no life besides me, and they fucking didn't have a hobby or a job. That took them away, like something like focused. So that's what I'm looking for. And if there's any girls out there that are fucking between the ages of 30 and 35 or a young 28.
That are doing some shit with their lives.
Do something.
That's the most important thing, man. The wife works. She's got her thing. I mean, even when she was like starting to do fucking like college and shit, she'd be like, all right, peace. When are you coming home? Dope. And then that's it. Just having someone that keeps you off the leash.
So now that you met like the perfect woman for her, you married her.
Yeah.
What are some red flags for you if you hypothetically ended up getting back into the dating world?
Oh, if I was single now, like if it was like.
And now everything you know, what are some red flags?
Oh God, dude, I get upset when I'm around young people, like girls in their 20s. I just get mad.
Oh, me too.
Like 20.
I want to kick them in their, and I'm their age.
20 to 23. I'm just like I'm enraged with, like even if they're extremely attractive, even if they're smart, I'm just like, why? I think I just hate people younger than me.
They suck. But you sucked when you were their age, too.
And I know that, too. And I think that's why it upsets me so much.
Yeah.
So it's like, I think for me, I'd have to, if I was single, I'd have to date someone older than me because I'd be like, see, you're going through it, too.
So your red flag would be their age?
Not their age, but it would have to be like, I guess a red flag would be like, I don't know. Someone that just isn't like mentally there yet. Like, because I've had.
Matured.
Yeah, but also like in a sense that like.
You?
I'm with a lady who's got like a psychology degree and shit, so she keeps me like emotionally in check. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of like trauma and shit people just carry around that they don't like. identify or they don't want to deal with, or and that shit manifests in some
That's
shit.
some shit that you're just saying because you're dating a psychologist right now.
I mean, it's real though, and it's
is
shit
real,
that I've
though,
had
for
to
you.
work through.
Isn't
You
that
know what I
shit
mean?
fucking, this is the foot. No. I. What are you gonna say?
Water.
Oh yeah. All right. So
That's toxic. No water.
look, I recently got into a dumbass fight. I get into dumbass fights with my wife all the time.
About like what though?
Dude, about the dumbest shit, man. Like I get jealous, bro.
Is that wait of what?
I get jealous of the dumbest things. If we're hiking and there's some guy taking off his shirt in the hike because he's hot and sweaty,
You get
and he has a nice bod. I'm over here thinking like in my head I'm like, that's what you like, and then I'll look at her and I'll be there like, you don't love me, huh?
so
and-
what? So is that what is that? What is that? What does that come from?
I think it just comes from like okay, man.
What?
It's just Mark. Mark's bullying me.
Has he told this?
My producer.
Has he
guys are
told
right.
this story before?
Have I told this story?
Like every episode.
No, I haven't.
So all right.
The
So
story about about him taking the shirt off.
so it's obviously.
You see a guy.
So obviously it's an insecurity.
I'm insecure about my weight, maybe.
Oh, okay. So is that
Fucking
what it
lose
comes
some
from?
weight, bro.
I'm trying to lose weight. I'm drinking whiskey, no coke.
Do you think she's gonna leave you because of your weight? What do you? I mean, you guys are already.
No,
getting
she's not gonna leave me for my weight.
She's not leaving him, dude. They're getting married. Or
Exactly.
they are
Already married.
You guys are
Exactly.
locked into agreements.
So what
a
is
financial obligation.
What
to
is
support.
what does that come from? What is that like? What does that feeling that you have come from?
Look, man.
He does have a
He does. I mean, I
fupa.
don't want to say it, but yeah.
Look, man. Look, I think it just comes from like me, just like never seeing a successful relationship that and personally like with my family and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But-
See, that's deeper
But
shit.
you obviously have a successful relationship with your girl.
It's
That's something to. That's
somewhat
something
why
to,
is
like,
that not
pat
enough?
yourself on the back.
That is enough.
So
It's just I'm still local, man.
exactly. You know what I mean?
Like with you, like have you guys ever been in a dumb fight with you and your wife?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We
Dumbest
fight over
fight you
dumb
ever been
shit. The dumbest fight we've ever been in. It's mostly me being just an idiot. Cause like
Okay, dumbest fight. Pick
I'll
one.
get frustrated. I think I said that word right. I'll get upset over like little shit like driving shit or like being impatient or like a lot of it is me misreading her, and then like I'll get upset. I'll be like mean, and then like time will pass. I'll realize the mistake I've made.
So give us an example of that.
So like
Could be recent.
Oh, okay. One of the things this is one of the biggest things that I always get upset at is she's always on me about like texting her where I'm at and like always just calling her just because that's always like you always want to make sure everyone's safe and stuff. But a lot of that stems from like my wife's previous relationship where there was not a lot of communication, right?
Yeah.
So my argument is always like I didn't do those weren't my mistakes, so like those shouldn't be. I shouldn't be getting punished for, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But also open
Yeah,
communication.
that's some smart shit.
But also open communication's fine. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I just got here. I'm driving. I'm not dead. All that shit, right? Especially doing stand-up. You're working a lot of hours, all that jazz. But sometimes I'll call her and she won't pick up because she's working or whatever, right? And then
Yeah.
I'll get fucking upset and fussed and just mad because I'm like, fucking, how dare you? You fucking get so mad every time that you do this shit, right? So, and then
you
like...
get mad at the double standard.
Yeah. So I'll get mad at shit like that, and then like if she makes a small mistake or just something that, just whatever, I'll like get upset, right? But with her,
Small mistake, like what? Like she didn't season your steak right?
yeah, just didn't like look me in the eyes when she was talking to me. Like I don't know, just dumb bullshit. Like she's not paying attention while we're driving or whatever. Like, and I'll just get I'll get upset.
What do you mean get upset? What do you do?
Like I'll just get like you can.
Like,
Just,
what do you smack her? You throw her
no,
with a
God
smack?
no. I'll just like.
Up hand?
I'll just be like a dick. You know what I mean? I'll just
What do
be
you
like,
mean?
I'll
What do
be
you do?
short. I'll be short.
Okay, give us an example.
I mean, I'll just be short in my words. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Short in my words. I'm not like,
so like she's like, I'm sorry, Frank.
I'm like, yeah, okay. Or I just won't respond, or I'll be like, all right, yeah, it's fine. Or like,
Like, no dick
like
tonight.
I'll just be and I'll think about that, and then I'll be like, oh, I didn't have to do that. The way I responded I didn't have to respond this way.
Yeah.
And then it makes me, and then I'll like
Okay.
apologize, and she'll be like,
Okay.
thank you, and then we'll work from there. And I've had a lot of exes that weren't like that, where they'd be like, fuck you, or like, what the fuck, or shit like that.
Well, fuck it, dog. You
Or
know,
my mom would call me a pussy.
You guys have a great relationship.
It's taken me a long time to get there.
Have you ever had a dumbass fight?
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Maybe not a particular instance.
Like, I'm talking like dumb fight where you went crazy too.
See, this is the thing. I mean, I'm thinking about it in toxic sense. It's like,
Do you ever go crazy?
Do I go crazy?
Dude, yeah, you do.
I do, but not really. Not in a relationship. I've never like.
No, you've
I
always
never
been
like
chill.
flipped out, but I've dated people that flip out. They switch.
Oh.
And the dumbest fight that I can always think of that I get into is when they are so wrapped up in the fact that they think that I would cheat because they're so insecure about the relationship and about whatever because they're such clingy people. They would see a girl comment on something and then fight me because they think that girl is trying. You know, I'm like, I don't. Like, I got a text at a show once. Like, literally on the street. That's what's so crazy. It's not too far away from here. And I guess she thought some comedian girl was cheating, that I was sleeping with some comedian girl. I don't know how. I didn't even know this girl. I didn't even know her. Like, I knew of her. She was homies with a bunch of other female comics, but I'd never seen her go up. And I went to a show, and I brought the girl I was dating, and that girl, she said that, like, this is like after the fact, but she yelled at me when we got home. She was like, that girl was like, she was like looking at you and fucking.
Oh, damn.
Like, she wasn't, though. This is the thing. I didn't even know if she was looking at me. I didn't even fucking know.
Yeah, you weren't paying
And then
attention.
she was like, like, we got a text at the same time, so she thought we were on the phone together.
Oh.
And then when it came to a head, which it might have been that night or it wasn't that night, but this might have all kind of happened on this one night where she had been on one partying and she hadn't slept, and she was like, I want you to fucking give me your phone. I want to look. And I go, look.
Oh.
And I was like, there's nothing to see. And then she texted or DM'd the girl as me trying. I let her do it because I was like, this bitch is fucking, she's so out of her mind right now.
Wow.
And it's like, that's dumb to me. That's the
Yeah, yeah.
stupidest
You let her
kind
go
of
up-
fight.
you
'Cause
let her go after
I've
that.
done nothing.
Wrong. Yeah,
You
yeah.
let her go after that.
Yeah. The insecurity of
No, we
people
dated
like
for
that.
another year and a half.
Hilarious. No, we went to Cancun together. It was great.
It was great. The sex was great.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
was great.
No,
Sex was great.
I mean, and that's you'll be with
Crazy
people.
women.
I look. We can talk about all this toxic behavior from women and stuff, and from us.
How high are you right now?
I'm pretty high.
You're
bro.
up.
I get
You
to help.
got a good joint. But what is your toxic behavior, man? Like, what is your thing? Like, what is your?
I let
I
things.
have Mark over there.
Dude,
in
Mark's
the back.
like,
Mark's
Whispering.
Mark's over there, like, fucking pick it up, bro.
I let things ruminate.
What is your toxic behavior, Frank?
I let things ruminate. Whereas
What's
like
ruminate? That's a big word. That's a psychologist.
is where a small thing or a problem will start off like this, and then I'll start replaying it in my head and stuff, and then it'll start snowballing into a bigger thing. And then that's when it's like, my wife will be like, hey, can you do this thing? Or she'll be like, kind of like fucking around. And then I'll be like short or just kind of mean. And then she'll be like, what the fuck? Right? And then and then after that, I realize it's like, oh, I've created a lot of the anxiety or like bullshit in my
By
head.
yourself.
You know what I
Yeah, in
mean?
your own head.
You know what I mean? It was a small thing, and I've made it such a big thing in my head. And now I'm like, and then it's like, oh, now I'm just being a
Do you
dick.
still do that now?
From time to time, depending on
So
what
what
it
is
is.
something you do right now?
What, right now?
Yeah, right now that you just like, fuck, I just noticed this today or the recently. It's like, I do this shit still.
That's tough. A lot of it's just anxiety shit, right? I
Anxiety
think
about what?
well, a lot of it is like, I think it's us navigating her making a new amount of money, and then also me not having my
COVID and shit, yeah, you're
not
able to
having
go
the
out.
stable thing,
Yeah.
but also still building this thing that I'm building. All right, the podcast, all
Yeah.
the shit, the
Yeah.
the
You're still being
Puffco
productive, though.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's a scary thing in both of our positions where it's like, she's seen me do this before because she's been along for the journey since day one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like her navigating her own thing of like, oh, I have money now, but I also have like a real job. So it's just like the anxiety of both
like,
of
one
us.
day I have to get a real job.
No, not at all. She's confident in the things that I'm doing, but it's also just both the anxiety of the new things that we're both trying to accomplish, and the anxieties that come with,
Man,
and then
that's
the
some real
friction
shit.
that
That's some real shit
sometimes
right there,
happens.
man. That's some real shit. COVID is scary right now.
You're whispering, so.
COVID is scary right now, and that is some real shit.
Real shit. Real talk.
Real
That's
talk.
some real talk. Like what is your toxic behavior right now currently?
The worst thing that I do that I know is really toxic in a relationship is I don't think about the action or the reaction from my actions.
Okay.
I just do shit sometimes, and I say shit, and I don't realize.
Give us an example. What have you done, man?
I like how you're like, tell on yourself.
I know you're a pretty well-known dude. You know what I mean? I know you try to watch what you say and stuff, but give us a story, man. Give us a story.
What's the worst thing you've said to someone in a fight?
Yeah, like what is your toxic shit, man?
Fuck,
You're toxic. Like, damn, I shouldn't have said that was toxic.
In a fight, that's the thing, is that it's not that. It's just like, dude, I remember. All right, I'll tell you. This is a long time ago, but this is a story that there's a talk about.
You
Not
want to do it for the Patreon though?
you tell. I'm just gonna tell it.
We have a section for the Patreon where the stuff you felt uncomfortable saying on the podcast, you say it there because no one's gonna see it on the
Oh,
podcast.
I can say it. I don't
Right
give
now,
a
like,
fuck
what-
about
Okay,
saying it. It's
okay,
not that.
okay,
I mean, it's not like it's not like something that happened recently, but
Okay, yeah, no, so
but
say
it's
it
at
here
least
'cause-
I'm a good storyteller,
Yeah.
and it's an interesting
I'm sure
story.
he has another story for the
You
Patreon.
know what? Maybe it's worth $5.99 a month. I think it is.
Yeah.
So, all right. So this is what I'm talking about. It's like, especially this mostly was when I drank. That's why I don't drink anymore.
Okay.
But
bitch.
I remember being at this guy Mike Bates's house, and I give real names. But I was at Matt's house, and we were watching the Evander Holyfield Mike Tyson fight, and we were drinking, and there was all these people there, and there was this one chick, Lindsay. Should I say her last
Lindsay
name?
Lohan?
No, Lindsay Kelly.
Oh, okay. Goddamn, dude.
So basic. She
So,
got two first names.
But like, she was there, and like Lindsay, like kind of like dated like all black guys, but she was like this chick I had a crush on. She was like my first crush in like 6th grade.
Oh,
like
wow,
I thought she
dude.
was fucking the shit, but she never dated me. She always played me. So we're there at watching the fight, and I'm getting drunk, and the fight's over. And remember, Evander Holyfield got his ear bit by Mike Tyson,
yes,
and
yes.
the fight ended. And I still was sitting in front of the television, and then I get up, and I remember I go up to, you're on a cane, you're on a little cane. So I go up to a bunch of, I'm drunk, I'm at a party, and I see Lindsay, and I was just like, yo, what's up, blah, blah, blah. You still dating black guys? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, the only white thing you've had in you is a tampon. And she didn't like
What?
that. And then I walked away, and then I fell asleep downstairs. And I got beat up by her boyfriend and this other guy, like with a nightstick. Like I was just they beat me while I slept.
What?
Oh yeah, I got my friend Greg like jumped off to me top of me. It's like, stop it! They're just, you know those like things you like flick out.
Yeah.
Like that was what they did. They flicked out the town degenerate. There was this one dude. He worked at the Shell gas station. He was a fucking loser. He's probably a loser now. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. That's what I did to him. No, I'm kidding. He would.
You're like,
Whoop
"Fuck
my,
that."
he'd probably whoop my ass now too. 100% he would. And I don't know if he's a loser. He's
gonna
probably a
find
nice
you.
guy. But
He's like, I was a loser, huh?
but he saw me, and then they fucking flipped out one of those like night things that like go whoosh, and they beat me, and then we had to run. And that's what I'm saying. Like
All because you wanted to tell your childhood crush
Oh,
and you wanted to fuck her.
all right. I got
maybe that is for Patreon. Is that will that get me canceled?
I got
no,
two
no.
great stories for Patreon.
Okay.
that I haven't
We're
told
actually
anyone
gonna move
else.
on to the Patreon then. Plus, but first, let's plug you guys, man. Josh, we got anything coming up? Anything where they can follow you?
Yeah. Before anything, I just this whole time I've been looking at this. It looks like there's fajitas inside.
Oh my god, I want tortillas right
Oh
now.
my god.
Yeah, why not? I'm not doing anything.
Man,
You don't have COVID, do you?
No, I already got it
I'm
in
gonna drink a
January. I
little
got the
bit too,
antibodies
man. We're
done.
moving on to the Patreon, man. Drink a little
Right, we
bit.
can't get it again.
Sorry, I'm done. All right. Sorry, I forgot I was hosting a podcast there. Josh, you got anything you want to
Yeah. Listen to watching my podcast, The 500 with Josh Adam Meyers. I'm going through Rolling Stone magazine's list of the 500 greatest albums
Oh,
with like famous people. It's dope.
dude. Hey.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud of it. And watch the Comedy Jam on Paramount Plus.
Yes, you're the creator of that. Created that.
I am.
You're a badass. Frank?
Just Frank Castillo on Instagram. Peaked on YouTube. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Man.
At Josh Adam Meyers on all social media.
Very funny dude. At Frank. Jay Castillo or just Frank Castillo? Right?
Frank Castillo.
It's just
Say
Frank
Jay Castillo?
Yeah, it's not Jay.
No,
know
did you
Jay?
think my middle name was Jay?
Yeah, it just makes sense.
Frank J.
Anyways, guys, we're gonna
Castillo.
move on to the Patreon section. Make sure you guys leave us a 5-star review. Don't give us a fucking 4. I'll fuck you up, dude. YouTube, listen to us. Apple, Amazon, Spotify. Please, thank you guys very much. Listen to us on Patreon for more of this shit. Thank you guys very much.